Hi, Danny. Thanks for coming here today. I'm really excited to talk to you about the tax exemption program for seniors and people with disabilities. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your office?
Yeah, so as Skagit County Assessor, it's just really important to me that I raise awareness about the Washington State Senior Exemption Program for senior citizens and persons with disabilities. In the state of Washington, there's no state income tax, so a lot of retirees don't get any benefit from a reduced effective tax rate. So for a lot of senior citizens and people with disabilities, this is a program that's really important to give them financial stability and bring more equity to the tax system. I'm excited to really talk about it today.
So tell me more about the program. Is this only for Skagit County or is it a statewide program?
So this program is a statewide program. State law is what dictates the rules of the program, and then it's given to each county to administer it. So every county assessor's office is administering it per the RCWs that are kind of written into state law.
So how does this program work? How does it reduce property taxes?
So this will reduce property taxes in two different ways. First, it gives a direct reduction. When you get into the program, you get into it in one of three levels, and based off of that level, you really get a direct reduction to your property tax bill. The second way that it reduces your property tax bill is when you go into the program, your assessed value then freezes, and as market values continue to increase, your assessed value is frozen. A really good example of that right here in Mount Vernon, we have a senior citizen that went into the program in 2009. Their house was assessed for $175,000. And now that level is still frozen at $175,000, while the assessed values of all other homes have continued to rise since then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the qualifications? How does someone get enrolled in this program?
Yeah, there's four main qualifications. First is age or disability requirement that you have to meet, right around 62 years of age or meeting the disability requirement put out by RCW. The second is you have to own your home. You have to be the owner of the home. Third, it has to be your primary residence. So you need to live there at least 6 months and 1 day a year. That keeps people from having the benefit of this program in multiple states on multiple houses. And then lastly, there you have to meet the income requirements, which are always kind of the most difficult to calculate.
Okay. How is income calculated for the program?
Yeah, so one thing that's a little bit different, because this is a state-administered program, this is not the same kind of income that's calculated for your federal tax return. So this really is going to take your gross income that includes Social Security, any pensions, all those other kind of wages, and that's all added together. And currently that threshold's at $48,000 for Skagit County, and that does include any other wages that your spouse or domestic partner also make.
Are deductions allowed?
Yes, there are deductions allowed, especially for our senior citizen population. There are a lot of really high medical costs, and so state legislature decided a few years ago that we needed to have some medical deductions available. And so a lot of different things, and I'm not going to go through the entire list, but if you are close to that 48,000 or slightly over, or you have a lot of medical expenses, please contact the office and we can go through those and tell you which ones are able to be deducted.
So have there been any legislative changes recently?
Yeah, so prior to this year and prior to the passing of that bill, the thresholds were tied to the 65% of the county's median income. And that was going to be readjusted every 5 years. This went into place in 2020, and I think we all realized very quickly that incomes were going to go up much faster than we had anticipated. And that 65% still wasn't enough to really get as many seniors and people with disabilities into the program that needed it. So the assessors really worked to raise that threshold to 70% of the county median household income, but also have that readjusted every 3 years. So it was readjusted for 2024. We'll have the same thresholds now through 2026, and then 2027 they will get readjusted again.
Okay. So I understand that there are different levels for exemptions. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, there are 3 different levels of exemptions, and each one gets progressively more of a direct reduction in your property taxes. The level 3 is meeting the 48,000 and under. Level 2 is 41,000 or less of income, and level 1 is 34,000. And level 1, you just have much more of a direct reduction to your property taxes than level 2 or level 3. So the more the goal is the more need that you have, the more relief is provided.
Gotcha. So if you qualify at a certain threshold one year and then a different one the next year, can you talk a little bit about how that might change or what you should do?
Yeah, we always tell everyone that gets into the program, if any major income things change, good or bad, please contact our office. We want to make sure that anyone that has some windfall of a sale of property or something that shouldn't be in the program, we don't want to have to go back and correct that tax bill. So we want that to be accurate from the get-go. And also, if you have something bad happen, you have dentures put in or a lot of dental costs one year, we can maybe reduce you to a lower level and you get even more of a reduction. And even if that's just a 1 year thing, that's okay. We want you to get your max relief as much as you possibly can, and also not make sure that you're in a program that you shouldn't be in. With that, we do renewals of the program once every 3 years. So once you're in the program, you'll be asked to provide more income information or the same income information once every 3 years. Sometimes we know that you might be really close and we might ask you to come in a little bit early, but that's kind of how that renewal process goes.
Okay. If people paid taxes in previous years, can they get refunds?
Yeah, so if you should have been in the program, but because you were not aware of the program or anything like that, we can go back 3 years to qualify you. The thing to remember is it will take that year's income, and you wouldn't have to meet that year's threshold. So if you think that this is just the first time you're hearing about the program and you should have been in it for the past 3 years, please contact our office because we will require you to fill out an application for each year. But if you do qualify for 2022 or 2021, we can get that turned in and a refund submitted to you.
So your office recently launched an online application portal. Can you tell me more about that?
So it's been something that has been in the works for quite a while. We wanted to really allow senior citizens the ability to not have to come into the office to apply for the program. This is for 2 real main reasons. One, we have a lot of our senior citizens that are in East County. It's a long drive for them to get in. And so the fuel costs and the vehicle costs and their time is all a requirement that we want to try and give back to them. We also understand that this is a complicated application. This isn't super easy. We do have some technology, and we wanted to allow family members and friends of these senior citizens to help them and to not require them to take time off of work to come into the office to help them. They can go over and meet them at 7 p.m. and go on to their computer and work with them and not even get the whole way through. They can go through halfway and then save it with a profile so they can then return the next night and get it done. And all you really need to do is submit something, and then our office will get that and let you know what else we need and really work with you through the process.
And if someone's using the online portal for a previous year, they can still upload their documents?
Yes, they can upload the documents. The portal is really kind of based off of this year's thresholds and a new applicant. But what we've really done is allow for comments to be put in. And so you can mention, hey, this is for 2021 in the comments. And it's a great portal that it makes accessibility for taxpayers better. It's not going into some machine learning program. It's just getting sent to our staff who then looks at it, and you will have a person kind of reading through the comments and being able to figure out what you're trying to submit.
And if you're using a device to apply, you can take pictures of documents, right?
Yeah, that is one of the great things about this portal is it's not only works for desktop, but it also works on mobile devices and on tablets. So if you have your tax return information or other information, you can just take a picture of it with that device. It is all securely stored and it's just reviewed temporarily just to verify that you do make the thresholds. And then it is gone. And so it's a really good program just to increase accessibility and to allow seniors to go through this whole process at the speed and in the location that they find best. But I will also say we have a lot of taxpayers that really like coming in person, and that is still an option. We allow that. We love seeing people come into the front desk, and our staff are very well trained at handling both through the portal and at the front desk.
That's so cool. And are there any new developments that people should be aware of?
Yeah, so one of the things that's most exciting for our office when it comes to this program is two parts. One, the Department of Revenue, who administers this program, has just come out with some forms for applications and brochures describing the program in, I believe, 5 or 6 different languages. What that allowed us to do is take the Spanish forms for both the application and the brochure, and we're starting to work with RIS to create the portal so it is also an option to do the portal in Spanish. I think bringing accessibility to everyone in Skagit County is very important. We appreciate the work of Department of Revenue of giving the documents so we can base it off of, but we're working really hard to have that online portal also be in Spanish.
That's incredible. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I think we've done a really good job of talking about the senior exemption program. I think what I want to re-emphasize is how much of a priority this is to me and my office. And if you are someone that might not qualify, but you have friends, please talk about this program. We all live and work in Skagit County. We understand how hard it is to pay property taxes, and the people that really need this relief, I want to make sure they're aware of this program. And so if they have any questions or if they think they're close, we want them to call us, and so that we can try and serve them however best we can.
Danny, thank you again so much for being here today and sharing this information with us so we can tell people all about it in Skagit County. If people have questions or they want to learn more, where can they get more information?
Yes, my office loves to answer any of the questions that people might have. You can give us a call or email us. That information is very easily available online. And I really appreciate you reaching out and setting this up. I think collaboration between different entities is really important. And the better we can all serve taxpayers, the more services they get for their tax dollars.
Yeah, we love to partner with other organizations in the community, and just so we can make sure everybody knows as much as possible about the resources out there.
Absolutely. And I really appreciate you reaching out. And I think this has been a wonderful segment.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.